The British School of Bucharest is more than a school. It is a home in which our students can tie lifelong friendships, sing, enjoy sports, and how to make fireballs, experience science from a young age so they can be open to more difficult topics later on. It is with this basis that we have come up with another experiment with the aid of the tallest reagent test, or the silver mirror test, initially used to test formaldehyde. Before we start, let's take a look at the mechanism of this reaction. The silver nitrate reacts with the sodium hydroxide to form silver hydroxide and hydrogen nitrate. Silver hydroxide decomposes into a silver oxide and water. The silver oxide reacts with ammonia and water to form the diamino silver cation, which then reacts with an electron to form silver molecules or target and ammonia. The purpose of our first experiment was to take a copper 2-pence coin and try to coat it with a thin film of silver. The actual experiment was conducted under a fume cupboard, as the ammonia has a pungent, irritant odor, and with proper protection, safety goggles, gloves, and a lab coat. Firstly, we mix the silver nitrate and start adding ammonia until the precipitate completely dissolves. The brown precipitate is the silver oxide from our second reaction. We then add the sodium hydroxide and repeat the procedure of adding ammonia, drip by drip, all the while stirring with the solution with a glass rod. After a short while, the precipitate will dissolve and we will be left with a clear liquid. We need to keep stirring the solution while we prepare for the next stage of our experiment. After this solution is finished, we prepare our coins and throw them in the flask. We then place the glucose inside the flask and ultimately add the diamino silver cation solution. The reaction will start at once and we need to place a bung on the flask, sealing it completely. It is now safe to stand up and stir the solution until, after a long period of shaking the flask, a coat of silver begins to form. As the final product unravels, we can see a reflection in the flask. The coins inside are covered in an almost permanent silver coat, showing us that the electrons from metallic bonding have attracted the silver cation from the solution. The second experiment we conducted was supposed to coat a Lego man with the same silver molecules. After valiantly shaking the flask, we discovered that the plastic Lego man rejected the silver cation. Both plastic and glass do not attract the silver molecules. As you can see, we can easily remove the silver from the flask we've used. If you want to keep it, you must be very careful.